Over the past decade, 6 technology-led companies have collectively generated more than $1 trillion of market value. Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Google, Netflix, and Pandora have leveraged consumer technologies in new ways, and in the process have transformed customer expectations, established new operating models, and violently upended roughly a dozen mature industries. In the process, prior industry leaders such as Nokia, Motorola, Borders, Barnes & Noble, AOL, Blockbuster, Tower Records, and HMV lost, on average, more than 90% of their 2003 enterprise values. This value migration from one set of companies to another could not have been more forceful or final. Most people have heard that part of the story. What they don't fully appreciate is the common denominator that sits at the heart of the business models of the $1 Trillion Club, the creation and management of code halos. What is a code halo? A code halo is the field of digital information that surrounds any noun, any person, place, or thing. More often than not, that virtual self can provide more insight into, and thus generate more value from, the physical entity alone. Take a simple but important example. There are tens of millions of people in the United States alone with some form of chronic respiratory condition who need to use inhalers every day. Mobile health platform Propeller Health has created a sensor that fits on these inhalers. The system links to users' mobile devices to help track and manage their use of medication and to send data to healthcare providers. The raw materials for each unit probably cost only a few dollars, but the value to users and healthcare providers, based on the data and information provided, could be literally priceless. The members of the $1 Trillion Club have mastered the ability to create and manage the code halos surrounding their customers, products, services, and entire organizations to establish new thresholds of performance. In wrapping those widgets with digits, they have created highly personalized customer experiences, products, and services that deliver not just utility, but also insight and meaning at unassailable levels of efficiency. It's how Pandora, without ever having met you, can play hours of your favorite music, and how Netflix can recommend just the right film for your Sunday evening. The first trillion is always the hardest. The first $1 trillion of market value these 6 companies have generated with this approach certainly won't be the last. Competing on the code that surrounds all products and people will continue to drive significant opportunity. W. Brian Arthur of the Santa Fe Institute and the Palo Alto Research Center suggests that a vast unseen digital economy is quickly emerging. This second economy, launched in 1995 with the commercialization of the Internet, will surpass the world's first, or industrial, economy in scale and scope by 2025. That is, a virtual digital economy will exceed the industrial economy, the cumulative output of mankind's development over several millennia in terms of transactions, revenues, and value creation in a mere 30 years. It's clear that the $1 Trillion Club's accomplishments over a relatively short space of time are simply the beginning of this economic journey.